Hello, it is so good to be back. I am so excited to be back. My God, I got taken out with the flu. As you can hear, I'm still a little bit recovering, but I am here and I'm back, and I'm so excited to be back because it is 2025, guys, and it is going to be such an epically awesome year. This is also going to be, I think, a very interesting year. So I wanted to share some messages because Spirit was kind of harassing me while I was sick with the flu, and just like, get this out there, you get this message out there. So right here at the beginning of this month, there is a very strong message that is coming through for a very specific group of collective. And this message has to do with you needing to stop playing small, you needing to stop hiding, that this is the year that you are going to absolutely take off. And Spirit wants you to trust that, have faith in that, have faith in yourself, and stop holding yourself back. Basically, that was the message I was getting loud and clear, is stop holding yourself back. There is no time to play small. And it was like, I kept seeing that you've outgrown this pattern. You have outgrown this pattern. So let yourself fully shed whatever little remnants are left within your subconscious mind. Let yourself completely shed that, because you're done with this. Like, you're not in that energy anymore. Stop thinking that you're in that energy. It's like, stop opening wounds that are healed and closed, right? And the message really that's coming through is that we are now on the precipice of this incredible year, this incredible transformative, skyrocketing, I'm hearing, year where everything is going to change. Everything in your life, everything that you thought, everything that you expected was not going to change, is going to change. Okay, that's the kind of year that we're here at. And you need to start off this year right. So I'm here to just to remind you, okay, that playing small isn't going to work for you this year. Oh, and just a little side note, going back to old patterns, oh my God, is that not going to work for you? Like, nothing of the old that has died, that has been processed and worked through, everything that you have overcome, those things, you're going to notice that if you try to dip back in to those energies, it's going to like bite you in the ass. Like, it's going to have this like very strange effect, and most likely very uncomfortable effect. So this isn't to mess with you. It's actually specifically this way because you're not at that frequency anymore. Like, you are in alignment, and your frequency, you have elevated your own frequency to the level where you are now able to live like millionaire lifestyle. Okay. So I'm talking like luxury. I'm talking like, it's like that worthiness gate has finally opened, and you're like recognizing how you are worthy of everything that you've desired, and that you can have everything that you've desired. So that's what I'm saying, like, going back to old patterns, Spirit is going to make it like extra challenging this year, and the astrology is actually going to make it extra challenging because it's to show you like, wrong way, turn around, keep going straight, right? Like, it's meant to allow us to close those chapters once and for all, to make sure that we do not dip back into old energies, old timelines, right? Like, you are not when you're not in a timeline of your old self anymore, when you go back to thinking that way, or start doubting, or having fear again, or contracting your heart, those things that you're going to do, or anything that you're going to try and do out of that state, that sort of contracted state, is going to be incredibly unproductive. It's not going to get you anywhere. As a matter of fact, it's going to just feel so uncomfortable. It's going to make you feel so like you don't belong, or so like that isn't even entertainable anymore. Like, it's not going to let you live in that timeline, because your soul, your vibration, your energy, your spirit has already elevated to the new timeline. You are already at the not even at the precipice. You are there. Like, you're already on the new timeline. And the only way to to move forward is to move forward on the new timeline. And this new timeline requires you to pay attention and notice if there's anything left in your subconscious mind that is fear-based or doubt-based, anything that is still a little bit, any remnants of that lower vibrational past version of yourself. You know what I mean? So that is what has to go completely. And right at the beginning of the year here, like Spirit really wanted me to talk about this and remind you, okay, that you're done with that energy. Stop going back to it. Don't open up any, old wounds that you've already healed. Don't go back into any dark places within yourself that you've overcome, that that you've dealt with and you've healed and you've moved past it, and like it doesn't even trigger you anymore. Like, just don't look back. Okay, that was the main message I was getting from Spirit. And Spirit was also showing me like a door with a key, and like, lock the door to your past. Ooh, and I'm getting chills on that one. Lock the door to your past. My ear is like wow. So that's a strong message coming through right now for some of you. Like, it's time. It's time for you to just completely let the past go and move forward, and only be in the present moment. It's not about jumping to future timelines or anything like that. You're already in a future timeline, okay? And all that is required of you is just to be present in every moment, in every day, in every action, in everything that you do. And that was something that I noticed in the last 2 weeks for myself, is that like my head was just in like a really weird, funky space, and I was having a hard time actually being in the present moment. Like, for one, it was extremely busy for me. Like, the first week of January was really busy for me, and is generally really busy for me because that's when my daughter's birthday is. So I'm hosting birthday parties, and then we were invited to a birthday party, and it was just like one event after the other, back to back. So there has been a lot of distraction, and that actually is a part of the message, is to make sure that, even if there is a lot of distraction, that you give yourself some space and some time to rest and to go within and to still be present. Because something I did notice is when I get really busy or when I get really distracted, I have a really hard time focusing, and I have a really hard time even just like hearing my own intuition, because it's just like I feel like I'm being bombarded from so many angles that I can't even hear my own voice. And so that's a message here for someone, to make sure that you are pulling yourself back from distractions as much as possible right now, because like I said, you are now in your new timeline. You are now required to act like it, basically. Okay, so acting like you're in your new timeline means that you are fully embracing every moment, every day, that you are at peace, that you are settled, because you've just done all this healing. You finally completed 2024, which was a pretty difficult year for many of you, right? Including myself. So it's like we're not in that energy of suffering, and we don't need to be. And so the thing that actually, the only thing I noticed that really keeps me not keeps me, but pulls me back to any kind of like unwellness, right? Or like within my mind, is like looking backwards or being overly focused on the distractions. So for me now, my priority is just to silence my mind, and of course being sick and just sleeping a whole lot has been very helpful to silence my mind. It's like, it was almost like a reset, because it was right after my daughter's birthday that I got sick, and I know why I got sick, and it was because I couldn't take any time for myself, and it was go like every single day for days on end, and it was just really busy. And every time that I ignore myself or I neglect myself, I always pay the price. Like, without fail, I pay the price. The other thing is like detoxing. So there's a massive message here for you guys to detox. Like, you have to just purge and empty your body, because you need your physical frequency to elevate to your spiritual frequency. So your body needs to catch up basically to where you are now mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Okay. So I did my beet juice, beet celery, and carrot juice this morning. To be honest, I don't even, what a blessing in disguise, right? This flu has been for me, because it's actually helped me to just uh, completely curb cravings. And yeah, I literally only want like healthy food and vegetables and fruit. So that's awesome. Um, yeah, detox, empty your bodies, empty your vessel, clear it out, clean it out. It's a very, very good time to do that right now through the winter months. Kind of get all your filters cleaned out and everything ready for the spring season. So what else? What else did Spirit want me to talk about? Oh, well, what I forgot to talk about is these beauties. These are beautiful gemstones that I got from Otter Spirit, and I've partnered with Otter Spirit, and they are a gemstone company based in California, and they sell beautiful, beautiful triple A grade gemstones. These are heavy, like they got weight to them. They're beautiful. I absolutely love the vibration and the energy of them. They're really pretty. The ones that I chose specifically, this one is citrine, this one is sunstone, and this one is Boswani agate, I think. Yes. And I specifically chose these three because the energy properties of these three stones really, really support me. They really support my fiery nature and my fiery sign. So both of these are very fiery, and this one's earth, very grounding. So check out Otter Spirit. I'm going to leave a link in the description below. You can get 20% off on their website at otterspirit.com, but I will leave a link there. So check them out. They have really, truly beautiful jewelry, and if you don't know me, then let me just say I am someone that will not promote any company or any product that I don't believe in, or that I don't approve of, or I don't like. So I have had multiple offers for partnerships with other companies. And if you have watched my channel for any amount of time, then you will know that this is the first company that I've actually partnered with, simply because they do have something of value, something beautiful to offer. So check them out. They also donate, by the way, $1 for every single piece of jewelry that they sell to support wild otters in Monterey Bay, California, and that's beautiful as well. So check that out. Link is in the description to get your 20% off. So, but back to the message. The last thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to wrap up the video because I really need to blow my nose. So the last thing I want to talk about is just how important it is that you don't let your mind get in the way now. Okay, don't let your mind get in the way, because it's so easy to get swept up in the mind, and 90% of what your mind is saying is completely useless information. It's information that you don't need to listen to. So something I've noticed for myself at the beginning of this year is that I just don't want to entertain those thoughts anymore. It's like, and as soon as anything comes in my mind that wants to pull me back, right? Anything that's emerging from like my subconscious, like the old programming, basically, right? Fear-based programming. Anytime those thoughts come up, I simply just say, you're not welcome here. Like, no, you're not welcome here. And that just helps me to completely disidentify from those thoughts. It helps me to completely separate myself and remind myself that I'm not in that place anymore. And so I don't need those thoughts repeating, and I certainly don't need to believe those thoughts. Even if they are repeating, I'll just be like, yep, okay, whatever. Don't attach any emotional energy to any thoughts, okay? And be very, very mindful of this, because this year, this is what's going to make you or break you. Okay. And that was a very, very strong message coming through for me, was that, your mind is what is going to make or break this year. And it can either make this year absolutely, absolutely fucking epic, or it can make this year a big challenge, because there's so much changing, there's so much happening, and 2025 is basically a special year because we have 4 outer planets changing signs. This is unprecedented. 4 planets changing signs within 1 year is huge. This is like Wheel of Fortune. The big wheel is turning. You know what I mean? And things are falling into place. Things are going to shift in ways, and I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this. Things are going to shift in ways that you cannot even imagine right now. So this is why this year you cannot allow the mind fuck to get in the way. You cannot allow your mind to dictate how this year is going to go with its negative spiel that it has always, given you. So that's just like the final note here that I wanted to talk about. I'm going to go and have a hot cup of tea now. And take care of myself. And I wish you guys to do the same, take care of yourselves and do things like this. Like, I wear these bracelets because they're genuinely supporting my energy, right? Do things to support yourself energetically, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Go for walks. Do whatever it is you need to do. Like, it's winter here in Ontario and it's cold, and I still went for a walk yesterday, like just to get outside and to ground my energy and just to be in nature for a little bit. So, because we tend to be in the house so much more over the winter months, right? So I wish you guys so much excitement for this year. I want you to really, really get excited for this year, because I promise you that it is going to be an epically awesome year, but it really has to come from a very good, very stable mindset. And it has to come from this inner power. Like, you're going to make this year amazing through tapping into your power and controlling your mind. That's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.